Hey guys, welcome back to Movie Chat More Part 2. And if you're the very first time, welcome. We had some internet issues just a moment ago. It looks like we're okay now. Hey, Quincy, whoa, woo, Ric Flair, yeah? The Nature Boy. Yeah, we're back. I'm not sure. Yeah, just a shitty internet connection. I'm not sure. Yeah. And I apologize for that. But we're back, man. We're back. Bring it on, Quincy. One more tough question. Bring it on, Quincy. Come on. Oh, by the way, Quincy, do you mind me asking what time you have where you are? Here in the UK, it's 2:40 a.m. Just wonder what time you have, my friend. Quincy said 9:40 p.m. Ah, it's cool. Cool. Okay, Quincy. Who did the Undertaker fight at SummerSlam 1994? Do, 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 do. Hmm. Okay, SummerSlam 94. I got a funny feeling this could be a trick question. Um, oh, Quincy Bills is kind of a trick question. Yeah, I know the Undertaker fought at SummerSlam 1994. It was the Undertaker. SummerSlam 94, Undertaker versus Undertaker. Yeah? Thank you, Quincy. Yeah, it was Paul Bear as Undertaker and the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase's Undertaker. Yeah, I remember that. Wow. At the time, wow. I was like 14. And it was weird. I didn't see it live on TV. Like I said, it was only a couple of months later. Survivor Series 1994 was the first one I ever saw live on TV. But that was a big deal, man. For us back then, 14 years old, on the WWF magazines, it's like, which Undertaker is the real Undertaker? It was the talk of the town. We were all talking about it. It was crazy. It's the kind of thing that we could even back in the day involve our parents in. Our parents, our older brothers, our older sisters. Yeah, it was crazy. It's like Undertaker versus Undertaker. It's crazy. Crazy. Quincy says, you are like me. You keep those vampire hours, don't you? I'm glad you returned. I wanted the chance to just say one more time how much fun and how much this live chat has really made my day and night. Thanks, pal. Wow. 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 Um, I'm gonna get emotional. Thank you, Quincy. Thank you for being here, and I'm so glad I was able to do that. Um, thank you. I'm sorry. Yeah. No. I'm glad I was able to do that. I appreciate the comment, and wow, I mean that's not just a comment. That's a I don't know. I don't know what you, but thank you for being here. If you weren't here, I don't think there would have been a show tonight. So thank you, man. Thank you, and you're welcome. You're welcome. You still drinking, Quincy, or are you? What is it? 9:45 where you're at now? I'm guessing 9:45. You still on the booze? I ain't stopping yet. I have about 7 left. Sounds good to me. You are the man. Thanks, Quincy. Quincy, do you have other family besides Cal, Richard? I hate to think you're alone, brother. Oh yes, I am drink. Oh yes, I'm drinking. 7 left. Yeah. Of course, yeah. I say, course. Of course, not everyone has family around them. Of course not, but I do, and I'm lucky, and I'm privileged, and yeah. So, yeah. Besides Cal, I do, and I'm a very, very lucky man. Quincy says, "Good. That made me happy. Have another drink. Come on, come on. Stay with me, Quincy. You said you got 7 left. You ain't got nowhere to go. Come on. You got somewhere to go? I got nowhere to go. Come on, let's keep chatting. Let's keep chatting and drinking." Quincy says, "I saw Paul McCartney. I saw Paul McCartney in concert this past Wednesday at something park. I can't pronounce that, man. Artie Park? I ain't going nowhere, brother." I saw Paul McCartney live. Cool stuff. Cool stuff, man. I'm not a massive McCartney fan. I've never been a massive Beatles fan. Um, but he's a legend. So to say you've seen him live, that's something to tell people. That's something I think to be proud of. You saw Paul McCartney live. How old is that dude now? He must be in his 70s at least. Quincy says, "I still say Rolling Stones better than the Beatles, though." Yeah, between the Stones and the Beatles, I don't know. It's different songs. I don't really have a preference between the bands. I mean, the Beatles had a few good ones, quite a few good ones. It's like "Twist and Shout" is probably my favorite Beatles song. Um, "Hey Jude" is a Beatles song I like. Uh, I probably, if I had to say one or the other, I'd probably say I prefer the Beatles over the Stones. Quincy says 80, I believe. Paul McCartney's 80 years old. Wow. 80. Oh, well, good luck to him. Good luck to good old Paul. I'll tell you something about Paul McCartney. It's lucky he's a great songwriter because the guy can't sing for shit. I mean, that's just my opinion. That's just my personal opinion. I don't think the guy can carry a tune in the bucket. Just me. Just me, you know. Quincy says, I'm halfway to 80. Well, you never know. I mean, you got to get to 80. I don't think I will. I'm 42, so yeah, I don't know. I can't see me hitting 80 years old. I just can't see it with my lifestyle, my beliefs, beliefs. No, I can't see me hitting the big 80. Quincy says, no, he really can't. What do you mean? Like his singing voice? Paul McCartney? No, he's dreadful. Absolutely terrible, but that's just my personal opinion, you know. Quincy Bittles says, we only live one life, one chance to ride this ride called life. I'm happy I've met you and everyone else I've had the pleasure to meet in my time. We really are blessed. That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. That's fantastic. I mean, it's that sounds like something you want chiseled on your fucking tombstone, man. Yeah. Oh, how's he buffering now, Quincy? If you don't mind me asking, yeah, is the buffering? Is it not buffering? Is the audio okay? Cheers, Quincy. Quincy, audio video smooth. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm not sure what happened. I mean, it's happened before. It has happened before. Lost connection because the internet connection is absolute crap. So that's why I don't do a lot of pre recorded videos because it takes so long to upload. And of course, when you're uploading a video, you have to babysit the video, you have to babysit the upload, and it takes time. I would do so many more videos if the internet connection was better, but it's not. So, but I do want to do want to do want to do. I do want to do a pre-recorded video, basically talking about the paranormal, and because on Dave McRae's channel with Tony Michael and well, we'll see. We'll see. Quincy Bills, what Halloween? Sorry, Quincy. Sorry, buddy. What do you mean? What Halloween? What Halloween? Can you embellish on that a little bit? I'm not sure what you're asking me. What Halloween? One more soldier lost in battle. I'll be right back. I'm back. Six body sheriff. That is what I have seen between here and Richmond. A fitting station in flames. I tell you, Michael Myers is here in this town. He's here to kill that little girl and anybody who gets in his way. Oh, is that the question? Is that the great monologue? He's here to kill that little girl and anybody who gets in his way. I just rattled that off. I didn't. Beers to you, old amigo. What is it in that song? Beers to you with Clint Eastwood and Ray Charles, I think it was. A woman's love can fade, but the taste of cause and a good friend always lasts. But the taste of cause and a good friend always lasts. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, that's the end of that line. He's here to kill that little girl and anybody who gets his way. Halloween 4. Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers, 1988, directed by Dwight H. Little, produced by Paul Freeman. Quincy says, I wonder if the cop that ever drove over Ben Tramer ever was charged. He did deserve to be arrested. I mean, yeah, I mean, when you think about that scene in Halloween 2 with Ben Tramer, I've heard quite a few YouTubers, I mean, you know, but it's true. It's true. It's damn true. Wasn't that cop doing at least 60, maybe 55 miles per hour? Is it in a residential? 50 miles per hour, 60 miles per hour in a residential? And he's got the nerve to say he came out of nowhere. I didn't see him. Yeah, I think the cop will be up on charges. Yes, it was H4. Yeah. Yeah, I think that cop was going really fast in a residential. But the taste of course and a good man always laughs. Quincy says, what Halloween did LL Cool J play in? Well, he was in Halloween H2O, and he played the security guard, and his name was Ronnie, I believe. Correct. Thank you, Quincy. At the Hillcrest Academy, I think it was called. Yeah, I love Halloween H2O. I fucking love it. Fucking love Halloween H2O. I love Chris Duran's performance as the Shape. I think it's, I think the story arc of Laurie Strode is so much more believable in that movie than it is in Halloween 2018. It's I love Halloween H2O. Quincy says, I give you mad props because I don't remember. What song did Loomis and that hobo that gave him a ride to Halloween 4 sing in that dirty old pickup truck? I don't know the name of the song, but I can sing what the preacher man, the hobo preacher man sang. I guess it's called "I Gather at the River," but sing it. I will. I'll do it. Yes, yes, we'll gather at the river, the beautiful, beautiful river. Gather all the saints at the river. Something like that. Christ, that guy makes me. I make him. I should say. I'll make him sound like a good singer. Gather. I remember it now. Says Quincy. Yep. I gather all the saints at the river. Beautiful, beautiful river. Gather all the saints. It's funny. I love that guy's line. Would you like a drink? There's no way Dr. Loomis is saying no to that. Would you like a drink? Really good job, bro. Thank you, Quincy. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, appreciate it. Appreciate it. Quincy says, Michael, why now? You waited 10 years? I knew this day would come. Don't go to Haddonfield. You want another victim? Take me. But leave those people in peace. Please. Michael. God damn you. Oh yeah, Halloween 4, man. Halloween 4 is the bomb. Go for it, Quincy. You want a tough Halloween 4 question? Like I said, I'm not going to get every question right. Hopefully, yeah, I might. But yeah, go for it, buddy. Go for it. I really appreciate these questions. I love this kind of shit. I mean, I do my own quizzes, as you know. Yeah. Yeah, say at the river, a beautiful, beautiful river. Would you like a drink? Okay, Quincy says, I'm the scene where that quote was from. Where Loomis okay. In the scene where that quote was from, where Loomis shoots at Myers and then Myers disappears, what United States president picture was hanging on the wall because he was from Illinois? That's a good question. I think. Oh. That's a good question. That's a great question, Quincy. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. I don't want to look. Don't tell me. Was it Lincoln? Was it Lincoln? Yes! It was Lincoln. There you go. So Lincoln was from Illinois. I guess that makes sense considering Halloween, Illinois. You are good, man. When I do my quizzes here on my channel and the channel that I lost access to, I never rank questions that I don't know the answer to. Very rarely. When I say very rarely, I mean very rarely. 99.9% of the time, whatever quiz I'm doing, it could be movies, music, entertainment, whatever. I don't like to look up answers. 99.9% of the time, it is a question that I know the answer to. I don't like looking up answers. I haven't done a quiz for a bit, uh, but that's the way I do my quizzes. And I think that's the fair way. I'm like, if I don't know it, why should anybody else? That's the way I do my quizzes, and hopefully another quiz will be coming soon. You know, Quincy says I was 99% sure I had you. Yeah, I mean that was a tough question. Mad credit for that. Thank you. I respect that, says Quincy Bills. I respect that. Yeah, it's just when I do quizzes, man. Quincy says, that's how I am. If I don't know an answer, I feel ashamed to have to look it up. Yeah, I mean, I've been writing quizzes since I was, I mean, I've YouTube online quizzes maybe for the last year and a half, maybe. Um, but quizzes for friends and family, I've been writing quizzes since I was like maybe like 13, 14 years old. Yeah. I love writing quizzes. I got, I've done so many, so many. Quincy says, "Who said this and what movie?" Looking forward to this. Looking forward to this. If you can hit, if you can hear, is I got that a million beer bottles here, a million beer bottle cup taps or whatever, you know. So, yeah. Yep. Who said this and what movie? I'm looking forward to this. Quincy Mills. Michael Myers was an extraordinary patient. There was the boss inside, biding his time. Became accustomed to the ability in silence. In many ways, he was the ideal patient. He never told you, never cried. Dr. Loomis, Halloween 2. Yeah? I think that's Halloween 2, 1981. Dr. Loomis. Damn it, you're too good. This is what I'm saying. This is Quincy. This is what I'm talking about when it comes to the paranormal and the kind of shit that went down on Dave McRae's Two Dudes and Some Bullshit with him and the guy from Georgia, Tony Michael. Uh, this is what I'm talking about. They're doing this paranormal. They're watching paranormal videos, and they're trying to tell me. I mean, Halloween, yeah, of course, Halloween. Yeah, I'm pretty good at Halloween. But when it comes to the paranormal and video footage of what's real and what's fake, it's like, come on, man. And they showed 5 separate videos on one dude's channel. 5 paranormal videos, real or fake. And they basically said, if I remember rightly, all 5 were fake. Now, how you can make that assumption is crazy, but the one they thought was real was videotaped by Sean Clark. Sean Clark. Crazy shit, man. No one, nobody will ever tell me. I mean, they can try, but no one will ever tell me the difference between real and fake paranormal videos because I've been watching this, like I said, I've been watching that shit for decades. That's one subject I like to think I'm not an authority on it. No, I'm not an authority, but I know my shit. And I'm not going to have people like Dave McCray or Tony, especially Tony Michael, tell me I'm wrong. No way. Quincy says, I like the show Ghost Adventures, but even I can tell 98% of it is satire. Yeah, I tried watching Ghost Adventures. I love Ghost Hunters with Jason and Grant. Jason and Grant. I used to love that. Ghost Adventures was a little bit Hollywood for me. Grant. Yep. Jason and Grant. That those two guys I think are the real deal, in my opinion. Quincy says, I've never had a paranormal experience yet. Do you really want one? I think it's funny. I mean, and the show I'm watching now is Paranormal Caught on Camera, and most of it is shit. I mean, most of it is oh come on, man, it's bullshit. It's fake. Every now and then, especially when it comes to the UFO footage, it's like oh, that could be something real, you know. That could be an alien. That could be an alien spacecraft. You never know. You never know. But a lot of the ghost stuff is fake. But no one's gonna tell me, especially. I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna be told I'm right or wrong by Dave McCray. Ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. And I left a comment on the last video they did. Two dudes and some bullshit. And McCray answered me, and he was quite weird about it. It's like, pay attention. He's, he's telling me to pay attention to a subject that. Never mind. Never mind. Quincy Bill says, I lost my best friend, Brittany. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing that name correctly. See, Brittany or Brittany to an overdose back in 2015. And I remember crying so hard and begging her for her to show me a sign. It's been 7 years and no signs. Well, first of all, Quincy, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for your loss. I really am. I mean that. I know it's coming across melodramatic, but I mean that. I'm truly sorry. I miss her every single day. I bet you do. I bet you do. Do you know what, Quincy? I've done. I'm not going to go into details. It's not. I've done a very similar thing. Hey, if you're here, let me know. If you're here, do something. If you're here, move something. If you're here, turn the light switch off. If you're here, do something. I've done the same thing you've done, bro. I've done it, and I've never had a response ever. Now, there could be, I think, two reasons for that. You know, when something does happen in your flat, your house, your apartment, all of a sudden something may just move, an ornament, uh, the curtain will flap, or your blinds may move when there's no wind, something like that. Maybe, I think, maybe it's a, yeah, yeah, maybe when you ask someone who's passed on to do something like that, they hear you and they do it, but not when you ask them to do it. It could be a year down the line, and all of a sudden, your blinds will move. Uh, your coffee cup on your coffee table might tilt one way. Something you're looking at, what the hell is that? Maybe it's a response from a year ago. Maybe it's a response from 7 years ago. I've always thought that. I've done the same thing myself. Barring that, and if you've never had a response, then maybe, just maybe, they are where they should be, and they're not here. They're not here because they are wherever it is. I'm not saying it's heaven. Maybe they are where they should be, and maybe, just maybe, they are at peace. And that's what I like to believe. Because I've done the same thing, man. So, it's either a time gap, or that person you're trying to connect with isn't here anymore. But the good news is they are where they should be. Because sometimes, a lot of times, ghosts are not demons. Demons are a different thing altogether. But ghosts are, they don't want to be here anymore. Some do, a lot don't. And they have a lot of hard time, I should say, crossing that line from here to where they should be. So if you've never had a response from your friend Brittany, maybe she is where she belongs. That's what I would take away from that. And that is what I do with my own personal experience. Never use a spirit board. And a Ouija board, don't use one, man. Don't use one. Once you open up that door, anyone, anything can walk in. Don't use an Ouija board. Please don't use one. Quincy says, sometimes I leave in a stupor because I don't feel like I did enough for her while she was here. At some point, I have to live my life and be happy. Yes, you do. What else would she want? She would want you to be happy. So you got to live your life the way you want to live it, not by the way anybody else says, the way you want to live it. Thank you for saying that. You're welcome, man. Quincy says, you'll never know how... Quincy says, you'll never know how much your chat means to us. Trudy, thank you for your words. You're more than welcome. You're more than welcome, and thank you for being here, you know? But yeah, man, don't... I know it's tempting. I've been tempted myself. Don't use an Ouija board. Please don't use one. They're dangerous. They should not be sold as toys. I mean, I did order one myself from Amazon, and I canceled it. And luckily enough, it never arrived. I canceled it. I got my money back. It's not worth the risk, man. It's not worth the risk. Quincy says, I won't. Yep. It's just not worth it. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you and say, you know, there are some nights where I've been completely and utterly pissed out of my skull. Completely and utterly wasted. And I have made my own Ouija board with the alphabet and the yes and the no and the goodbye and all that shit. Nothing has ever happened. But I was very foolish to do that. Will I ever do it again? Maybe, but don't buy one. Quincy says, it's a quote. If there's one thing I know, if there's one thing I know, you can't control evil. You can lock it up, burn it, and bury it, and pray that it dies, but it never will. It just rests a while. You can lock your doors and say your prayers. Maybe, just maybe, it's closer than you think. Paul Rudd, yeah? Well, in the director's cut, in the producer's cut of that movie, Halloween 6, it was Loomis, Donald Pleasance, who did all that. Quincy, you mean a lot to me, Richard. I'll never meet you, but I feel like I already have. I laughed at the end there because it's just the way it came. It's just the way it came across. I mean, I mean, great stuff, man. I appreciate you being here. It's just, but I feel it's just the way. It's, but I feel like I already have it. It's so nice. It's so cool. But yeah, no, it's cool. It really is. It's really nice. And yeah, I can say it a million times. I think I already have. It's great to have you as part of Movie Chat More Part 2 community, you know. Friends forever, brother. Friends forever. I just noticed your avatar, I guess, is Jason. It's Friday the 13th part 8. It's funny, I know Friday the 13th part 8 gets a lot of stick. I don't mind it. I think it's okay. I think it's more Friday 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. I think it's more than serviceable. You know, I think it's good. I like it. Quincy Wills, do you have anything you want to get off your chest? Yes, I do actually, but I mentioned it earlier, and that's this thing with McRae and Tony Michael and the paranormal. Uh, it, there must be something, Quincy, that you know more about than anybody else. Come on. I'm not saying I know more about the paranormal than anybody else because I don't. I know it. I know it. I know what I need to know. Yeah, it's funny. They always said it was supposed to be kick, like kill, mummy, kill, like mom, 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 mom. No matter how hard I try, I can never hear it like that. Mama, 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 mama. Nah, it's always been, even since the original. It's always been. And then as the sequels went on, it became more. It's never been mama, ever. I can't hear that anyway. Uh, Quincy says, my mom told me 2 ghost stories. I can tell you them. Go for it, man. Go for it. Are these something? Is this something your mom experienced? Is it something your mom actually went through? Okay, back when my mom was a kid in 1972, she said my grandmother threw out my Uncle Mark's old pajamas and she had a dream he was wearing them. And the next day, they were laying out back, even though they were thrown away 4 weeks prior. Wow. Wow. Uh, Let me just read that again. Back when my mom was a kid in 1972, she said my grandmother threw out my Uncle Mark's old pajamas and she had a dream he was wearing them. And the next day, they were laying out back, even though they were thrown away 4 weeks prior. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. I mean, that's spooky, man. That's spooky. And that, yeah, wow. Jeez. Yeah. She probably, Quincy follows up with, she probably made it up. She kind of is a drama queen, but I love her either way. Oh, that's cool, man. That's cool. But who knows, right? Who knows? She may have made it up. She may not. I mean, uh, I know what I saw when the front door of our house was being painted and a dog run up the stairs. And it wasn't a shadow. Well, at least I hope it wasn't a shadow person because they're not always the friendliest of spirits. Um, yeah, I saw it. I saw a dog run up the stairs, and when I went up the stairs, the dog was gone. There wasn't a dog. Quincy says, Richard, my dad's mom, my grandmother, passed away in 1985. I was only one. I'd have been five. And he told me that he had a dream that she came to him and told him everything will be okay. That kind of thing is very common, believe it or not. I mean, I say common, I don't mean it happens every day because it does not happen every day. But yeah, I mean, when when you have families, whether they're close knit families or not close knit families, but especially when they are close knit families and you're close, those stories happen and they make the rounds and they go around and around and around and around and they get changed. So it's kind of like what do they call it? With telephone, Chinese whispers, whatever. And yeah, those kind of stories happen and they get told, and by the time you hear it, the story has changed somewhat. Quincy says he never got to tell her goodbye, but he told me that dream was like telling her goodbye. Dad doesn't lie. I believe him. Not quite paranormal, but may a dream from the other side. Could be. It could be. It could be, man. I mean, that's deep. That's very, that's that's very deep. Uh, maybe. I mean, Quincy says, I remember dreaming of Brittany. If I'm mispronouncing that lady's name, I apologize. I remember dreaming of Brittany once, and in the dream, I told her, "Look what you did, Brittany. You died," and she apologized to me. I'm sorry. Quincy said, I'm sorry if I'm talking too much. I apologize for getting so deep, man. Don't apologize, man. Don't apologize. Don't apologize. It's fine. I think I was the one that started on the paranormal route. So, and we are still talking paranormal. So, don't apologize. It's fine. Absolutely fine. So, Brittany apologized for you for dying. That's what I'm getting. Quincy, out of 7 you said you had left. How many have you got left now? If you don't mind me asking, you know. Quincy, she did. Well, she obviously didn't want to leave you, man. You know, some people do take their own lives. Obviously, Brittany didn't. Um, obviously, no way. One second. 4. You got 4 left. You got 4 left. That's all right. That's cool. Cool. It's good. Nah, it's wow. I mean, when it comes to, pardon me, when it comes to dreams like that, I believe they can be um, maybe a manifestation of something that could actually be happening in a different realm. It could be, but, and I hate saying this, but it's what I believe. Um, a lot of the time with dreams, sometimes I think a lot of the time, I've had these dreams with people that I've lost, okay? So I know what I'm talking about. I've been there. I actually believe sometimes you can dream something like that because you wish that's the way it was. Someone comes back, says goodbye. Hey, I didn't want to leave you. I didn't want to leave. And you say, it's okay. And that person then just leaves. That's what I believe. I think more often than not, it's a no, manifestation is the wrong word. A manifestation would mean it's right there in front of you, um, and it's not. But you know where I'm coming from, and that's what I believe. Uh, do, do, Quincy, just to be able to talk to you about this is something special, something I'll never forget. Thank you very much, Quincy. I appreciate that, man. Quincy says, you don't have to stay live if you don't want, man. You've already gave me a great night and beyond. A person to talk to about serious things, you know? You know? You know? Say it. I just did. Yeah? You know? You know? Quincy says, I know what you mean. It's just our mind telling us what we want. I totally understand that. Yes, yes and no. Yes and no. That is dreams. That is weird. It's weird. That's not like a paranormal footage that I can say, hey, I think that's bullshit. Hey, I think that's real. Hey, I'm not sure. That's a different, and you have to, yeah, that's different. And you have to interpret it whichever way you think is the, the right way. And that's what I think. It's just what I think. Quincy Bills, name the two actors that played Dr. Loomis. Two actors? Oh, two. Well, okay. I know the two you're talking about. You're talking about Donald Pleasance and Malcolm McDowell. But there was a guy, I think, in Halloween Kills, in the flashback scene in Halloween, in Halloween Kills, 1978, who was Dr. Loomis, and I don't know his name. But I know the two you're talking about. You're talking about Donald Pleasance and Malcolm McDowell. Quincy says, when you got that Abraham Lincoln question right, that was the notch, the click, the trigger. There may be no why I love my boy Richard. It's cool stuff, man. Cool stuff. Quincy, no, that was a third Loomis. Yeah, but Malcolm McDowell, well, Donald Pleasance, and then Malcolm McDowell and Rob Zombie's movies, and then the third one, I don't know who he was. Correct. Yep. Yep. I'm staying live, man. I'm staying live. What is it? 3:47 a.m. here in the UK. I'm I'm still here. I'm not going anywhere. As long as I'm not drinking by myself, as George Clooney would say in From Dusk Till Dawn, fuck is that a good movie? Um, I'm not drinking by myself. Quincy, if you're drinking with me, I'm staying. But don't lie. You're not a liar. Drink with me. Oh, fair enough. I'm saying, Quincy says, I'm saying I never knew there was a third. Yeah, in Halloween Kills, some dude, he looked quite a bit like Donald Pleasance. It was pretty cool. What was Jason? What was Jason Voorhees' mother's name? Pamela. Pamela Voorhees. Great question. Good question. Right, I'm gonna get a beer and I'll be right back. What was Michael Myers' middle name? That's a good question. I tell you why that's a good question. Yeah? Come on, you son of a... Yep. Because it's Michael Audrey Myers, yeah? Is it Audrey or Aubrey? Audrey. Michael Audrey. Michael Audrey Myers. I hear bottle clanging. Yep, that will be these. Michael Audrey Myers. But in Halloween 4, when the doctor is typing out his name on the old school typewriter, it's Michael M. Myers, not Michael A. Myers. I think Michael M. Myers. I could be wrong on that second letter, on the middle name, but it's certainly not A. In Halloween 4, it's Michael something Myers, but it doesn't start with it's not the letter A. And correct, thank you. And we know it's Michael Audrey Myers. You watch the guy typing out the name in Halloween 4, he types Michael something Myers, but it's not Michael A. Myers, it's Michael, I think, M. Myers. It's not A. It's not A. Quincy said, hello. No, you did hear balls. You should. You should have. I put them in the freezer and the fridge and getting some out at the same time, you know. This has really been a cool chat. And we ain't finished yet. I do want to do pre-recorded video about the paranormal, and yes, I do. I want to bring in what McRae and Tony Michael said on their show, because I don't really think they have a clue what they're talking about. Well, maybe they got a clue. The only thing is, I know more. And we all have subjects. We all have something that we know. You know, we're not experts, maybe, or maybe we are. Maybe we are an expert. We know more about that subject than virtually anybody else. I'm not saying that's me. No way. I do know a little bit about the paranormal, and it antagonizes me sometimes when I am told, no, you're wrong. I'm like, well, give me the proof. Quincy says, I hate when I wake up the next days and I still have frozen exploded beers in the freezer. That, you're not going to believe that, Quincy, but that actually happened to me last night to this morning. I left two of these, two cores in the freezer. and they, thank God they didn't explode, but the lid popped. The lid popped a little bit, and I had to clean the other shelves in the freezer. So I let one defrost, and the other one I tried. Yeah, the one that popped off, I popped it off completely, and then just once it defrosted, I poured it down the sink. The sink, the drain. The other one survived. The other one survived. Quincy says, I wish my salt and pepper shaker would fly off my table right now. Do you? Did you really want that to happen right now? Think about it. Think about it. Do you really want that to happen? Cheers, mate. I never say mate, just for my breath. Cheers, mate. Yeah, that's a very English, British, UK thing, mate. Quincy says, damn, you're right. No. With the experience I've had, um, or rather did not have, the person I was asking to do something at that moment did nothing. And that is, like I said, it could be a time lapse. It could be a time lapse between, it could be 2 minutes, it could be 2 hours, it could be 2 decades. It could be literally 2 decades. And then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, the pepper pot goes flying off the table. Or it could be that person you're talking to does not want to freak you out. That's what I really, truly believe. They don't want to freak you out. So they do nothing. Quincy says, if you could see one ghost. Oh, okay. If you could see one ghost, who would it be? Probably Elvis. Probably Elvis Presley. Michael Jackson, maybe. You know, it'd be really weird is to see Patrick Swayze. Can you imagine that? Seeing Patrick Swayze as a ghost? I mean, wow. Pardon me. But you're talking about seeing a ghost. I never really want to see one. Yeah. I would like to experience something, but I never really want to see a ghost. The scariest thing about seeing a ghost, especially in your very own home, is someone's there and they're not supposed to be there unless a friend, a good friend, a family member. But then again, that friend or family member has passed away. They passed away. They've died. And a lot of people say, and you know, you can look this up. You can look it up. The scariest thing about seeing a ghost in your own home is they're not supposed to be there, and you're not expecting it. It's not you're scared by the apparition. It's they're not supposed to be there. It's someone, especially when it's someone you don't know. When it's someone you do not know, that's scary. Because someone's in your house and you don't know. And all of a sudden, you can be walking up the stairs toward your bedroom, and there they are at the top of the stairs waiting for you. Oh, no. Whoa. That's scary. Quincy said Elvis Presley. Ghetto Song is probably my favorite Elvis song. I only know like 5. Wow, man. Quincy, you got a lot of catching up to do, man. But In the Ghetto is one of my favorites too. I love that song. Quincy says, I had a dream. I saw a ghost in a basement / cabin. And I didn't know her. But she was floating off the ground and she was wearing a big dress. So that could mean anything, man. I wouldn't like, I wouldn't, I wouldn't want to say what that means because I have no idea. I remember it vividly. It wasn't, Quincy says, I remember it vividly. It wasn't Brittany. It was a woman that was flying off the ground. And I could see through her. Man, I got no idea. You're going to have to come to your own conclusions with that one because that's weird and that's very personal. You know, maybe, I mean, do you know what I get from that? Do you know what I get from what you just said? I think that's just a dream. I think that's just a dream. I think it's just a dream / nightmare. That's what I get from that. I could be wrong, but that's what I get from that. It's just a dream. Sloppy with my drink. Oh shit. Battery again. Crap. Don't worry. Yeah. There we go. Quincy says it probably was, but the vividness will always stick with me. Yeah, I mean, recently, very recently, I've been having them dreams that you wake up and it's like you watched an entire movie, like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and I wake up and they're never good. They're never good movies. It's always like, you know, I end up in some kind of trouble. And you wake up, it feels like you wake up, it's like 2 hours. It's like, oh. They're the kind of dreams / nightmares I've been having recently. The long ones. It plays out like a movie in your dream or nightmare. Quincy. Audio good, video good. Thank you very much, Quincy. I appreciate you telling me that, man. Thank you. Thank you. Well, we haven't lost connection again. Ooh, pardon me. That's what happens, man. You know that. Yeah, it would be cool to do a pre-recorded paranormal video. Quincy says, sorry, man, if I'm talking out of line or anything. No, you're not. You're fine. You're absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. Don't apologize. You haven't said anything wrong. It's interesting, you know? We're talking about the paranormal and what could and what could not. Yeah. Quincy says, set up your camera and just record for a night. Never know. Good idea. People do that. Mostly with CCTV cameras and security cameras and if they think they have someone or something in their house that they can't necessarily see. I don't. So I'm not going to do that. Um, the one thing I did do, wow, this must have been about 10 years ago. So I'd have been, 31, 32. I did, because I have a karaoke machine. And I did set the microphones up to record sounds. Don't believe in ghost boxes. A ghost box is a glorified AM radio. That's all it is. Anyway, I set these microphones up, put a cassette into the cassette recorder of the old school karaoke machine, and recorded. Listened back and heard nothing. Nothing. And I was asking questions. I swear. I mean, this was like I say, over a decade ago. I swear I was asking questions like, "Are you here? Who are you?" All that kind of jazz. And I got nothing back. But the video camera thing, I've got no reason to do that. Quincy says maybe you don't want to see what the camera will capture. I'm not sure about that. I mean, no, I wouldn't want to see a shadow person. If you see a shadow person, it doesn't necessarily mean good things are coming your way. So no, I would not want to see a shadow person. Um, no, I've just got no reason to do it. and I would have to leave the laptop plugged in all night long, and that's not good. I can make up excuses. I can make up excuses all night, but on it all day. But it's not something I need to do. People do, when you got a CCTV camera built into your house, that's different. It picks up stuff sometimes. Um, but for me, I don't want to do that. There's no reason for me to do that. Quincy says, I know, dude. One time on Ghost Adventures, you know what I think about Ghost Adventures? I think they're frauds. They recorded like a freaking noise and they were like, it said his name. I bet it did. I was like, it didn't say anything. They make it up for TV. Yeah, especially that show. Ghost Adventures. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You often hear uh, what's called EMF, electromagnetic voice phenomena. Electromagnetic voice phenomena. So EVP. And you will hear, literally, sometimes you'll hear on these shows, straight away, some dickhead in the room will say, that said my name. That said my name was David. Let's play that back. Yeah, it said my name was David. Let's play it back one more time. It said David. That definitely said my name. It said David. Bullshit. They hear what they want to hear. I'm not saying EVPs are not real, because they are. But when it comes to that, some people just hear what they want to hear. Yeah, exactly. Quincy, I know, right? They can make it say whatever they want. It is funny when it just comes across as this gibberish. It's a glorified AM radio. It's not a ghost box. It's an AM radio. Hey, I said welcome back. Hey, I said hello. They hear what they want to hear. And sometimes, like you say, they just do it for TV. Quincy says, somebody sneezed. Oh, that said Richard. Exactly. Yeah, exactly, man. That's the kind of shit that annoys me, because you can get a skeptic. And there's a difference between being a skeptic and being a cynical bastard. But you can get a skeptic and they can watch that particular episode of whatever you're watching, and the skeptic, especially the cynical bastard, will say that's bullshit. And they're right. It's bullshit. Do you know what annoys me about that? Is they're not all bullshit. But when you're watching this kind of stuff, or you're listening to this kind of stuff with someone who's already skeptical especially someone who's cynical about the paranormal, they'll watch it and they will judge the whole thing, the whole cotton shaboodle, on one paranormal EVP. That's what annoys me when it comes to the ones that set these things up. Because people watching the show, listening to the EVP, will rightfully say, hey, that's bullshit. But they're not all bullshit. But the ones that fake it don't make it easy for the ones who are legit. Quincy says, I'm off work tomorrow. I know I'll see you well. I know there's nothing to be afraid of, man. Absolutely nothing. Nothing to be afraid of. You're more than welcome. Truly, thanks for your kind words, thoughts, and opinions. You're more than welcome. Not going to see Freddy Krueger. Freddy Krueger's coming after you. It's funny with the Elm Street series. Number one is an absolute classic, 1984 classic. Number two, it's okay, in my opinion. Number two is all right. Number three, things pick up again. That's because Wes Craven came back somehow. After that, I'm out. Maybe four. I mean, four. Elm Street 4s are. It's okay. Five, not really. Six is a complete shit show. Freddy's dead. And then Wes Craven's New Nightmare. I love that. That came out when I was 14 years old in 1994. Wes Craven's New Nightmare. And at the time, I did not like it. But now, I love it. If I was to do an Elm Street marathon, for me personally, it would be 1, 2, 3, and then Wes Craven's New Nightmare. Quincy says, just my opinion, original Nightmare holds its own against original Halloween. Plus, it was made 6 years later. That's 80, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, 6 years. Yep. Thank you for mentioning Part 3. No, but yeah, Part 3 is Dream Warriors. Great soundtrack, great movie. So that one, just my opinion, original Nightmare holds its own against original Halloween. Yes, I agree with that. I totally agree with that. Because you're comparing Freddy to Freddy and Michael to Michael. So yeah, I mean, in their own realm, they do hold up. I agree. I totally agree. And like you said, there's a 6 year gap makes it even more impressive, really. Quincy says Friday the 13th original is really good. Compared to Halloween, let me start that again. Friday the 13th original is really good. Compared to Halloween original, it wasn't worth the film it was printed on. Okay, so you're not. Friday original. Oh, see, now I would have to disagree with that. Friday the 13th original is really good. Yes, it is. Compared to Halloween original, it wasn't worth the film it was printed on. Halloween 78 is a better movie. Um, I love Friday. Like you said, you love Friday, the original Friday, 1980. Um, Not 1979, 1980. Um, yeah, I'm not sure if I agree with that. LOL, sounds like Neil Young. What do you mean? Quincy says, I like Friday, but compared to Halloween, hell no. Halloween way better. Yeah, Halloween is a better movie. The thing is, I mean, people, a lot of people were saying Halloween was the first stalk and slasher movie when it's not really a slasher movie at all. In 1978, maybe it was. Then you'll get the people that said Black Christmas was the first. It's even on the front cover of the DVD. It's just over there. Black Black Christmas, the original Stalk and Slasher, which was what 1974. Uh, and then you'll have the other party that's saying the original slasher movie was Psycho 1960. So it gets to a point like, what is a slasher movie? Psycho wasn't, Black Christmas wasn't, and Halloween wasn't. Friday the 13th was, in my humble opinion. When Friday the 13th came out, it opened the doors to so many shitty, crappy replicas, you know? And some people say that was because of Halloween. Maybe. That's why Friday the 13th was made. After Friday the 13th in 1980, that's when we had a slew of horror movies, slasher, in the golden age of slasher was after Friday the 13th, not after Halloween, after Friday the 13th, 2 years after Halloween. Quincy, that was better than the Rolling Stones. Do you know what my favorite Rolling Stones song really is? Beast of Burden. And the only reason I love that song, Beast of Burden by the Stones, is in Christine. John Carpenter's Christine. And it makes me think of that movie. I love that movie. I love Christine. And my favorite Stones song would have to be Beast of Burden. Quincy says, sorry, bro, I'm alright bouncing. Alright bouncing? Not sure what you mean, buddy. Check out Rolling Stones, Just Waiting on a Friend. I think I might know that. I'm not sure. I'm not a big Stones fan, like I said. But that one rings a bell. Just Waiting for a Friend. It rings a bell. You think so, wouldn't you? Is it time for bed? 4:28 a.m. Probably. But I'm not going to bed. Why would I? I'm wide awake. What's the fucking point of going to of going to sleep, going to bed? Mm-hmm. Different matter. Going to sleep when you're wide awake. What's the point? I'll sleep when I'm dead, like Bon Jovi said in 1992. I'll sleep when I'm dead. Quincy, I got two more left in me. Two more booze, yeah, two more beers. Good stuff, man. I'm not sure if you've seen From Dusk Till Dawn with George Clooney. Great line. Great line. Yes, yes, he is. Because I'm not drinking by myself. Tommy used to work on the docks. Union been on strike. He's down on his luckers. Bon Jovi. Living on Prayer. One of the greatest rock songs ever produced. Gina was a dynamite. I tell you what, we've been live on this stream for an hour and 51 minutes, nearly an hour and 52 minutes. We go to at least 2 hours and 20. If you, 2 hours and 20. So that's another half hour. What do you feel, Richard? How do you feel? Tell me your feelings. Let's go. I feel tipsy. You asked. I feel tipsy. Talk to me, man. I just told you I feel tipsy. I'm not going to go in depth. There's no reason to. I mean, fair enough. I feel good. I feel confident. I'm looking forward to next weekend. This weekend. That's about it. I try not to think of the future too much. I'm kind of like live for the moment person. I don't live for the future. I live for the moment. Quincy, where do you see yourself in 3 years? In 3 years, hopefully, right where I am right now. I know some people say, "Oh, I want to be an executive. I want to be this. I want to be that." Yes, I mean, good luck. Hopefully, they make their dreams come true. For me, 3 years' time, I'd be happy to be right where I am right now. Nice, love the answer. Yeah, I mean, it's true. You probably didn't hear that, but that was the singing of birds waking up. It's getting light out, and birds are starting to sing. I heard it. Oh wow! Quincy says my dog is 9 years old. She is such she is such a good girl. That's cute. That's cute. That's nice. That's nice. So you heard that. And I said, what are we in now? Hour and 55, nearly an hour and 56. Let's stop at 2 hours and 20, maybe 2 hours and 10. Maybe 2 hours and 10. Yeah, actually, yeah, 2 hours and 10. So it's basically, yeah, 2 hours, 2 hours and 10, another 15 minutes. 15 minutes? 1, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, about another 15 minutes. Quincy said, I named her Raven. because our local football team is named the Baltimore Ravens. Cool, cool stuff, man. Baltimore Raven. I like, yeah, Raven. Cool, cool stuff. When it says you show nothing but respect and love tonight, uh, words can't explain how much your chat means to me, brother. Maybe we'll both see a ghost tonight. Well, let's hope not. But thank you. I appreciate that. Appreciate it. Maybe we'll both see a ghost tonight. Yeah, for me to go deep into the paranormal would take a long time. It would be pre-recorded videos. One I want to do definitely. Um, but even after 10 videos lasting, I don't know, 20 minutes each, that's still not enough. It's still not enough. I would have to have a chapter on each belief or disbelief or paranoia. It would take a long time for me to do that. But there is one I want to do. I want to record it and it'll be a pre-recorded video. Quincy says, I have my dog, so seeing a ghost doesn't scare me. But if I was alone, I'd piss myself. My dog makes me feel safe when she lays with me. She's my best friend. That's so nice. That's really that's 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 cool, man. That's cool. At first, I thought you were gonna go down the urban legend route of the dog licking your hand, and I thought you were gonna go the urban legend route, but you didn't. So, oh yeah, I mean, I will be. I don't know when, but hopefully soon, doing a video, uh, basically, basically debunking what McRae and Tony Michael already tried to debunk. Uh, and the praise they had for Sean Clark. Hi guys, I think there could be an internet problem. I'm also watching right now. Quincy, thanks so much for being here tonight. Been a great stream. I think I'm gonna log out right now. You guys watching after the fact, comment down below. Let me know what you think about everything we talked about tonight. See you soon, guys. Take care and stay safe.